Hi, welcome back. Uh, just wanted to share a small thought today. We have seen a lot of fights happening in our country about language. Which language is superior, and which when you go to southern part of this country, you need to speak that particular language, or when you go to Maharashtra, you need to speak Marathi. When you go to north states, you need to speak Hindi, or when you come to south, be it Tamil Nadu or Kerala, you need to speak Tamil or Malayalam, whatever the language of the state is. And the debate is happening from a long time over which language is superior and why one needs to speak the same language of the locality. While I am in support of speaking the local language, uh, you know, uh, to even for the matter that there is a history attached to the language and the culture part and all those things. But I really want to put across your thought towards one particular thing. And to help you understand this, let me share with you two particular stories from my own experience. Right, the first story is about my dog. Her name is Trixie. I'm a dog dad to four dogs, so I've got them as puppies. And among these four, Trixie is the one whom I got during COVID time. Right, so when COVID was at its peak, I was staying alone in a flat, and I was feeling very lonely. So that's when I got Trixie. Now Trixie came to me when she was just 45 days old, and me and her, we stayed together for almost 8 9 months, locked in a apartment where it was just me and her all this while. And over that 8 9 months, we both shared a very great bond, and that bond is even till date. Right. So what happened is that when we were together, she used to be around me all the time. In the time frame when we were together, only the both of us were together in the room. It means like if I'm in the kitchen, she's in the kitchen. If I'm in the living room, she's in the living room. If I'm on the bed, she's just besides me on near the bed. And if I'm working in my workroom, near my workstation, she'd be just lying near to my leg, near me. And this is how close she was with me, and she is with me even today. So what happened is, after 8 9 months, I suddenly noticed a small behavioral change in her. So what happened is, I noticed one day that while throughout the day while I was working in my workstation, she used to be just near me. And then I later noticed that not every time she is getting up and following me to the next room or to the kitchen. And that kind of surprised me, because that was not her behavior, right? So earlier, whenever I used to get up from my chair, she also used to come up with me. Even if I ask her to stay, she will not listen, she will just come with me, and she was just lie down next to me. And then after 8 9 months, she suddenly started this behavior of just um, kind of not coming with me all the time, and that kind of quite surprised me. I wanted to understand why this sudden behavioral change in her. And then first I thought maybe it's because she's growing up, she's getting little mature, or whatever it is. But then after a few observations, I realized that what the exact thing was. So whenever I used to get up from my chair, she will look at me, and if she will see if I am switching off the fan or not. Right, which means if I'm switching off my fan, she knows that I'm not going to come back to the workstation anytime soon. But if I'm uh, you know if I'm not switching off the fan, sorry if you can hear the train sound going behind me. Yeah, so if she is not seeing me switching off the fan, then she will not follow me. She knows that I'll just go to the next room to maybe grab a glass of water, or just to get my phone which is on charge, or something like that. But if I'm switching off the fan, that means that I'm going to the next room for a longer time, maybe to just sleep, or maybe to cook some food or something, and then she will follow me. But if the fan is switched, if the fan is kept on, that means she doesn't have to come with me, and I'll come back very soon. And then I was so mesmerized by this behavior of her, because I was wondering what a great observation skills, and an observation skill just to understand my behavior, and she adapt, after seeing that behavior of mine. And I shared the story with few of my friends and colleagues, and and they all told me that, yeah, dogs are very intelligent, dogs are very smart. They learn, they are a very smart, creature. And because she is my own dog, so she understands me and my behavior very well, pattern well. And I was like, okay, fine. But that's not the reason why I'm making this video today. So today, something else happened, right? So today I was coming back from a local store, and I'm staying currently in a village area, remote village area. As you can see, it's I am sure you can see the view around me. So yeah, it's a village area. So I was coming on my scooty from a local store, and there was this narrow road, and I was on the road, and suddenly I saw there is a cow which has crossed from one side of the field to the other side of the field on the road, but she was tied with a rope to a pole on the other side. So what happened is, like, the cow is on standing on the other side of the road, and she's tied to this side of the road on a pole, and the rope is like tightened by the cow. So I just stood there because there was no other way I can cross the road, because uh, you know the rope is there on the road, right? So I can't, if I am just walking, I can just jump over the rope or go. But because I was on a scooty, I can't leave the scooty there, or I can't do anything. And I looked around, there was no other human beings around. Like, I mean, I couldn't see anybody next to the field. So I stood there thinking, how will I communicate to this cow now? How will I tell her just move to the other side of the road and I have to go? And after thinking of it for few seconds, I just did, I just blew the horn of my scooty, twice I blowed the horn, and suddenly this cow walked back to his pole, just crossed the road and walked back to the pole, and I could move. But when I was moving, this thought suddenly stuck to me that the cow actually moved to the other side of the road where she was tied, and not again stretched to the other end of the road, right? Which means, like, all I needed to do was just blow the horn, right? And that was the understanding it took. The cow, she just understood the signal and she just moved. And again, for the first instance, I thought, okay, it's just a normal thing. I blew the horn and she just moved away. But then, while I was still driving, and I was passing few vehicles, I was blowing my horn for them to give me some space. And then I saw that humans are not moving, humans are not giving us the space to overtake or ride, right? And that made me think, that is the reason why I'm doing this video today, to tell you that language is not the problem. Language is not the barrier for communication. Especially if you want to communicate to somebody, if you want to communicate to other human being, all it takes, I believe, is intention. The intention to understand the problem or what the other person is trying to communicate. And it doesn't matter whether you speak Marathi, Tamil, Malayalam, Hindi, Odia, whatever language you speak, it doesn't matter. All it matters is intention. uh, and if you have intention to understand others, if you have the intention to understand the pain of the other human being, you don't really need a language, or you don't really need one language which is dominating over the other languages, right? So all I want to leave you with today is, us human beings, how many times do we really try to understand others? And that others can be our colleagues, our friends, our family members, our siblings, our parents, our children, you know because we don't really understand people, and we really don't understand them because we don't intend to do so. Think over it. Are we really communicating to understand with intention, or are we just communicating because we have to communicate? Thank you for listening me out. Take care and see you in the next video. Bye. Bye bye.